like, if we were watching a movie or something and someone has, like, an accent or whatever, you're like Kyle, where you're like, okay, I must mimic.
Yeah.
And I must keep doing it until I can get it
when I'm
right.
like, watching stuff, I repeat it.
Yeah.
But then, like, stuff like that, like, I'll mimic it, and I'll just, like, randomly say shit like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do that.
I have to do accents. If someone's, like, talking in a movie with an accent, I must try and speak like it. See if I can, which is usually horrible, but
yeah,
we can try.
I mean, that's fun too.
Yeah.
Or I'll, like, say shit at the same time if I've seen it enough.
Mm-hmm.
I do that with Vampire Diaries, and Corbin's like, what are you doing? I'm like, I'm saying the line.
Oh, I was gonna tell you, so since I was gone last night, I watched Dancing with the Stars this morning from last night, and it's Halloween week. So
I watched a couple of them on YouTube today.
Yeah, did you watch, I can't think of her name. She's like an Olympic gymnast.
No.
Their theme was Vampire Diaries.
Ooh.
Not vampires, Vampire Diaries.
Specific.
Yes.
We like it.
And then JoJo.
I did. I watched hers, and then I watched...
Hers was good.
Olivia Jade's.
Hers was good.
Yeah. Those are the only two I watched, just because they were, like, on my YouTube feed. I was like,
yeah, they're
okay.
really, really good. One is, it's funny because normally, like, basketball players don't usually do very well just because it's hard to dance well when you're that tall.
Yeah.
And, like, have that, like...
It's hard to be that nimble.
Yeah, and, like, almost all the critiques that they get are, like, oh, you're, like, you need to, like, step, not, like, stomp your feet, basically, and coordination and stuff. Usually the football players do pretty good, but basketball players don't usually do good. But there's one basketball player on this season that is probably the farthest any basketball player has gone on the show because he's actually pretty good, and their theme was the movie Us.
Ooh, I still haven't seen that.
And it was a contemporary dance, so those are obviously more, like, story-driven dances. So, oh my god, it was so good. They got perfect score on that one. But...
Nice.
That was a really good one. I was telling Kyle, I was like, if I was a celebrity, the season that's on right now is the one I would be on, or want to be on, because they did not one, but 2 Disney nights.
Hell yeah.
They did a Grease-themed week.
Ooh.
This week was Halloween, and next week is Queen songs.
Oh yeah, that'd be a fun season.
Yeah. I was like, this is, like, the season I would want to be on.
Yeah.
Although they would, like, probably never do it again. Like, the Grease one, yeah, the Grease one was cool because they did it in order of the songs in the movie.
Oh, okay, yeah, that's really cool.
But yeah.
My nose is itchy.
Well, I guess we should, intro.
Oh. Welcome back to Clink That Drink. I am Caitlyn.
I am Kristen.
And we are here with the last episode of Spooktober.
Spooky.
Halloween is right around the corner. Honestly, next episode we'll probably wrap up and talk about what we did for Halloween.
Yeah.
But with the spooky content, this is it.
What we are planning on doing.
That's true. And then just talk about what we ended up doing.
Yeah. Well, we got your party on Saturday.
Yes.
Which I will definitely be making desserts for, because
I'm excited.
I want to make spooky desserts.
I'm excited.
Yeah. And then I was telling my mom, because I had the really big order this week.
Right.
And I made a bunch of little, like, decorating cookie kits, and I made them all goodie bags.
Yeah.
And I had some extras of, like, the bags and the toys. Like, you can look over there. There's a giant bag of little spider toys.
Oh, yeah.
I have, like, another whole bag of those. And so I was telling my mom, I was like, I also have some extra cookies. Do you think it would be cool?
I saw those in a bag on the table.
Yeah. I have another bag up there.
Whoops. Oh my god,
I
you do so many cookies.
I miscounted.
Better to have more than less.
But I was telling my mom, I wouldn't do this if everyone in the neighborhood didn't already know me, because I know parents don't usually like homemade stuff.
Yeah.
But so many people know me, and I was like, I'll just put my business card in there if anyone has any questions or problems, and, like, maybe a little ingredient list. But I was like, what if, like, we don't get trick-or-treaters around here, so I was like, can I come over on Halloween and,
just
like, help you hand out some stuff? And I was like, I have so many extra little toys and stuff from the goodie bags. Right. I was like, what if I made a cookie, put my business card in there, threw the toys in there, maybe a couple candies. Right. We gave out goodie bags, and we'd be the fun house.
Yep.
And also, I could market my cookies.
Hell yeah.
Not that everyone already doesn't know me in that neighborhood anyways, but...
You never know. You could always catch new people with that kind of stuff. Or they go like, oh, I already know about her, and like pass it on to like their friend. But like, you should try her.
Yeah.
Yeah, you could definitely get a lot in from that.
And my mom was like, they have a TV in their backyard, so she was like, we should turn on the fire pit and make s'mores and watch like a scary movie after we hand out candy. And I was like, that's right up my alley.
Especially with like the little woods right behind their house.
It is kind of creepy, but yeah.
I would be staring into the woods the whole time and just being like waiting for something to pop out.
Yeah, it gets creepy, but I think it's just, I know that there's not really, like, it looks like there's a lot of trees, but there's really not that many trees over there.
It's really thin.
But
you can't tell that at night.
It is very dark, though.
Yeah, it does get dark when the sun goes down. Funny how that works.
Oh, like, my grandparents' house, they have, actually, both sides grandparents' house have, like, a ton of woods behind them.
Yeah.
But, like, on my mom's side, they have, like, a big glassed-in, like, sun porch, and then it's just it used to be all woods. Yeah. And there was, like, a couple times we would sleep, like, on the porch, on the floor, like, all the kids, because there's not enough bedrooms, so we'd all sleep, on the porch a couple times. And I remember every single time we did, I had nightmares.
No.
Because of the woods.
Yep.
Because you're just, like, it's literally all glass, and you're just looking out, and you're like,
hello?
It's very dark out there.
You're like, all I see is trees.
Yeah. Yeah. Not fun.
Yep.
Do you guys...
What?
I was going to say, do you guys have anything else other than party? Or what you're doing for the party?
Yeah, we're hosting a party on Saturday, which I'm really excited for because, I mean, it's one thing to have, like, hangouts and, like, have people over and, like, hang out and party, but, like, we're having a legitimate Halloween party. Yeah. And, like, we're actually planning and, like, we're doing shit. Like, I bought a bunch of shit today so that I don't have to do it later. Yeah. Like, we're going to carve pumpkins. We have jack-o'-lanterns that's going to be there. We have a huge brush pile in our yard, so we're going to do a bonfire. Ooh. I bought a bunch of apples so that we can bob for apples. We're going to make punch with little, like grenadine and, like, syringes. Oh, yeah. And just so you can, like, put your mixer in the drink. Obviously, costume contests.
Yeah. Like, I know I have no idea what I'm going to dress up as.
Yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun. My mom is the queen of hosting and doing parties. Definitely. And I think I've taken some notes from her, so I have high hopes for this. Yeah. But, I mean, it's the first one where, me and Corbin are, like, really planning a party, and our roommate are planning a party together, and we have very high hopes. We've got a good amount of people coming. I think it's going to be a lot of fun. Mm-hmm. I'm really excited. And me and Corbin have a great costume planned, and I think we're going to nail it. I'm not going to spoil it now, because I will probably end up posting pictures after the fact. Yeah. But all I'm saying is we're gonna nail it. Yeah.
I have a couple ideas, but I'm like, I don't know. We saved it to the last minute because we were gonna be Rey and Kylo from Star Wars, but then we just, like, I was so busy and, like, I didn't even think about it, like, the whole past week or two maybe. And so I was like, okay, we gotta think of something that's easy but will look good. Right. And so I have a couple ideas, and it's more like, he definitely won't do probably any, like, big dress-up costumes. Like, it's gonna have to be, like, normal clothes that looks like a character or whatever. Yeah. But I was, like, telling him, I was like, if you don't want to dress up, you could be 3-Hole Punch Jim from The Office, where he went to work and he literally just put 3 black circles, like, taped them on.
I could see him doing that, and I could see Kyle enjoying that.
And then I can just do whatever singular thing on my own.
Yeah. I'm excited because Corbin's character has, like, cuts and stuff on his face, and I look and I was like, so you're gonna let me, like, put makeup on you so it looks like you have cuts? He goes, well, yeah, it's part of the costume. I'm like,
I love that.
I just got so excited.
I love that.
I'm like, now how can I recreate dripping blood and, like, stitches on your face with makeup? Because I'm not great at makeup. Yeah. But, like, I am pretty good at, like, I'm decent at art, and I've done enough.
You're decent at painting. You can do, like, just get, like, red actual face paint and, like, just draw it on there.
Yeah. So I got, like, some eyeliner and, like, some eyeshadow, because that sticks pretty well to kind of just, like, shadow and make it look a little bit real. And I was actually thinking about it. I might take, like, fucking nail polish to his face for, like, little drips of blood. Because that fake blood is, like, expensive. Or even, like, liquid lipstick.
Polish, but you could do liquid lipstick, or I think a certain, like, acrylic paint is fine.
I do have a shit ton of acrylic paint, too. I have done a full face. I did almost a full face of acrylic paint last year when I was a Joker.
Oh, that was acrylic paint?
Mostly.
Yeah.
I tried to do, like, the costume paint, but, like, because I was trying to do, like, white face so that I could do more, and, like, it wasn't sticking, so I literally put acrylic paint all over my face, as well as in my hair. Don't recommend that, because I didn't want to buy a wig, so I just literally globs of lime green paint and just smacked it on my hair.
You should have just got spray
I did.
paint.
I did
Didn't
both.
Show up?
No. Because I have black hair. So,
usually
like,
the paint goes, like, right, like, the spray stuff usually goes right over. Because I've done that.
I literally went through, like, 2 whole cans of, like, the hairspray. I don't know if I just got, like, bad brand or what, but, like, you could hardly see it because I have black hair. Yeah. I just think it just didn't take. I was like, all right, well, I guess we're going to have to put acrylic paint in my hair.
Yeah.
That was not fun to get out.
I bet not.
I turned my parents' tub green.
My gosh.
My mom was like, what the hell is this? I'm like, that's paint. So yeah, we're hosting a party, and then another one of my friends is hosting a party, like, on Halloween on Sunday. So I told Corbin I want to go, and I won't blame him if he doesn't want to go, since, like, I don't work Mondays, like, it doesn't matter for me, but, like, he does.
Yeah.
So I'm like, we don't have to stay late, but, like, I want to show up, like, make an appearance. We'll see if he wants to or chooses to. If not, we might just go sit at my parents' house, and because their little group of neighbors sits there, passes out candy, has a bonfire, makes food. But I at least want to stop by Rihanna's, because, like, why not go to another costume party?
Yeah.
Because I guarantee I'm not going to take the makeup.
Costume if you want.
I probably just won't even take the makeup off either of our faces and just touch it up the next day.
Yeah.
It's like, all right, we're here. That, or, yeah, do something really simple. Get a black dress and I'll be Morticia, as opposed to a couple years ago when I was Wednesday.
Yeah. I know, I'm like, I was trying to think of stuff. I have a costume from when we went to Universal Horror Nights. I bought a costume that's basically just like a jumpsuit, and I won't say what it is because I probably will end up being that. Yeah. But
I almost was like, oh, when you dress like, it took a lot for me to hold that in.
Yeah.
Because I like that costume. You killed that one.
I liked it.
It looks really good.
I guess we already posted a picture of it on Instagram, but I'll post a better one because we were just going to Universal, so I was like, I'm not really gonna dress up.
Right.
And also my hair was like as long as it is now.
Yeah.
So, and I'm also probably gonna cut my hair, so it'd work perfectly. Because I've been wanting to cut basically all of my hair off anyways.
Yeah, I know.
But I was like, I need to figure out what I want to be for Halloween.
Right.
Figure out if it needs to be long hair or short hair.
And then go from
there.
I know you will.
Well, so I was telling Kyle the other day, I was like, I like put my hair down, and it was like right after I took a shower, so it was like it gets super straight.
Right.
And so I was like, okay, I want it cut to like here, and so I put the ruler up against my hair to see how long it, literally a foot.
Yeah.
8 foot of hair.
I believe you.
I was like, I guess I didn't realize my hair was that long, because the last time I was thinking about cutting it, which I have literally not touched my hair since before COVID.
Your hair grows really fast, though.
Now it does, yeah. It used to not. It would always grow to, like, here, and then it just wouldn't grow past that.
I know, mine used to grow really fast.
Yeah.
Yours didn't. Now yours does, and mine doesn't. Ish. Because I cut mine off before, like, a week before the Super Bowl that the Chiefs won.
Yeah.
So, what, 3 years ago now? 2? 3? I guess February. Almost 3 years.
Well, I remember the parade was right before COVID hit. So they won, like, the 2019 season, and the parade that we went to was 2020. So it was, like, right before COVID hit. Because that's, like, I was looking through all my stuff from 2020, because I like to make, like, a video every single year of just, like, clips of stuff that I did all year.
Yeah, you do.
And it was, like, the whole first part is the Super Bowl parade, and then it's literally just, like, nothing.
Yeah.
It's, like,
because
we didn't at home with the pets.
Yep. Oh, shit. Okay, maybe it's not been that long. I also dye my hair a lot now.
Yeah.
Or not a lot, but, like, I dye my hair now, so it doesn't grow near as fast.
Well, I had some topic ideas for us to talk about, one that popped into my head for Halloween was I was talking to Kyle yesterday about how we used to boo each other.
Yes.
Because I used to... Something is happening outside. Yeah. But I was telling Kyle, I asked him, I was like, did you ever boo people as a child? Because I always thought it was just a, like, us neighbors thing. And then I've seen, like, other people talk about it or do it, too.
There's, like, different, like, versions or, like...
Yeah.
Because, like, we would talk about it, like, I would tell, like, my friends at school, like, oh, like, we boo, like, in our neighborhood. Like, in other neighborhoods would... I just smacked the microphone. And, like, other people, like, in different neighborhoods would, like, do, like, a similar concept. Mm-hmm. But, like...
A little bit different.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like they don't chase people outside to find them. They just take the candy in and go. I'm like, that's half the fucking fun is chasing people through the neighborhood.
I was telling Kyle, I was like, so, like, I feel like our family and your guys' family were the ones that would always, like, really try and get each other. Because
of our dads.
Yeah. I guess we should kind of explain how we would do it. So we would basically, like, there's probably, 5 neighbors on our street that were all, like, really, really close. Because I know I did it with, like, we would do it to Maddie, RJ, Danny.
I think the furthest we went down was the Parscales and, like, one of Shane's buddy Josh in the back.
I think we did,
but for the most part, it was, like, for the most part, it was, like, our block, or, like, the Schmalls. Mm-hmm. And who the fuck else lived up there?
I think I did it to Matthew a couple times.
Matthew. Yeah.
But, yeah, so... Basically, each family would get, like, a little goodie bag. You throw a bunch of candy in there, and then you put a piece of paper in there that has a ghost on it and says, you've been booed. And if I remember right, it was, like, if you didn't catch the person, then you had to put that paper in your window to say you got booed. But if you caught the person,
then you didn't have to. Yeah, because that's the thing. It's, like, if you got booed, then you can't get... It was, like, ding-dong
ditch.
Right. And if you got booed, you couldn't get booed again.
Yeah.
But, like, the catch was, like, if you caught them, like, you won, so you didn't have to put the paper. Because, like, that was the thing, is, like, if you have the paper in your window, like, obviously, like, facing out so people can see, if you have that in your window, you're not allowed to get booed again because you already lost.
Yeah.
Because I remember, like, there were several times, like, we would, like, go down, like, the Parscales or, like, someone, like, anyone around the neighborhood, and, like, the paper would be up, and we're like, damn it. And we're like, all right, well, who else?
I was telling him, though, because I was like... Yeah, trying to get the Knoxes was probably the hardest because obviously you guys are probably the most competitive. But I was telling him, I was like, you guys would always leave the, like, actual door open and just have, like, the glass door. Uh-huh. And you have to kind of be seen through the door to be able to get up to knock on the door because you have, like, the railing around it and you had to walk up the steps. And then for me, I can't just run, like, if we did, like... the neighbors next door to us, I could just run straight down and go into my house and be fine.
Right.
But for you guys, I would have to run all the way across the street. Well, you're going to see me at that point. So I would literally have to run either way because you only had 2 houses and then it was like basically fields on both sides.
Yeah.
So it's like, okay, we can't cross the street. We got like 2 houses on each side to work with.
Right.
And I just remember like every single time me and Ryan would have to like run to whatever house and just find the darkest area with, like, a bush to hide behind. Yeah. And you guys would, like, as soon as you guys would see the bag on the step, it was, like, the whole entire family would go be like, where are they?
And we, like, always had, especially, because it was always, obviously, during October, and we would have, like, flashlights at the ready by the door. Yeah. And, I mean, it's the season, like, everyone knows this is going on, and we all have, like, that glass door and then, like, the main door in the house.
You guys always left the main door open.
Yes. Yeah.
And I remember I, like... was walking up once, and I think your dad walked by, and I literally had to, like, duck down, and he kind of looked, and so I literally, like, ran and hid on the side of the house for a few seconds to just let it pass by, and I think, like, either him or Jordan or someone, like, opened the door and, like, said something, like, we're gonna get you, or whatever, and I was like, okay, I gotta wait for, like, literally 10 minutes and let it pass, and then literally just, like, throw the bag
just run.
You know what would have been a good idea? Is just literally chucking the bag at the door. And you don't have to knock.
That's true, and just fucking bang it on the window.
I have to tell you, so, when we moved out of that neighborhood, like, by the time we moved like, everyone else was, like, kind of moving too.
Right, like, you guys were the first, like, the start of the trickle effect.
Yeah, and so it was funny because, like, I think it was, like, the first year that we moved, we, like, it was around this time of the year, and we're just all sitting in the living room at the new house. Didn't we still come to you guys? Okay, so maybe it was you guys, but I was like...
I mean, you probably didn't catch us.
Well, it was funny because... We didn't expect to get booed because we're in a new neighborhood, and so I remember we heard the doorbell ring, and I, like, got up to get it, and I looked out, and I was like, we just got booed! And also, we're all older, too, so I'm like, I wasn't no one was expecting, and then we were, like, all looking outside, and we could not figure out who it was, and so we were like, my mom and I were sitting on the couch texting everyone, like, who did it?
Yeah, that was probably us.
Yeah.
We kept that, man, our little block... was the shit growing up, first of all. But we kept that tradition going. Like, that's one of the highlights of Halloween from growing up, is going around the neighborhood and booing people.
Yeah.
Because it's so much, like, it's a fun way to ding dong ditch.
Yeah.
And, like, the whole family wants to do it. Like, our dads were probably the most enthusiastic about it. Like, we would leave that glass door closed. And, I mean, we would do that in the summer anyways, because, like, we all knew each other. Yeah. We're not expecting... or thinking anyone's gonna try and, like, fucking break in or anything like that. But there were so many nights, like, I just remember, like, we're all, like, in our downstairs, like, living rooms, like, watching TV, and we hear the doorbell, and we all just, like, look at each other and just take off, grab the flashlights on the way out, and start fucking hauling ass, seeing who we can find.
Too, I think you guys were, like, the only ones that actually had flashlights.
Because we're smart.
You had to find, like, a spot that if the flashlight would hit, you could not.
Yep. Or just hope you're faster. We... just because of, like, how intense we were with it, it was fun for us. I remember doing it with, or, like, if the Parscales did it to us, or if we did it to them, or the Schmalls, because, and you guys too, but, like, not everyone would, like, come out and, like, run around, because, like, once you're out and you're, like, looking for them, it kind of becomes tag, because, like, you want to, like, you got to catch someone and be like, I got you, and... I mean, the Parscale, like, Brady and Annie and Shelby all played soccer. So, like, the Parscales are taking off after us. And, I mean, I played soccer and softball, but Jordan and Shane wrestled. Like, they're not runners. So, if we went up to, like, the Schmalls or, like, the Parscales, like, you needed to be quick about it. So, I'm like, it was always me. So, I'm like, ding, ding, drop, ding, like, doorbell, and then just fucking take off.
I remember it was always RJ. I was like, boy, we got you, like, every time. You gotta you gotta find a better hiding spot.
I remember there was one year, I think it was the Parscales, I was like, and they did the same thing, like, it was just their glass door, and, like, their main door was open, and I was, like, creeping up their porch, like, and I literally set the bag down, I was, like, reaching my hand up to ring the doorbell, and Brady had, like, come down the stairs, and was just, like, right there, just, like, staring at me. He goes, ring it. I was like... So I ring it and I took off. He probably ended
me, bitch.
He probably ended up catching me, but I was just like, we're screwed. And so, like, I ring it and I start running. I'm like, book it. He got me. He saw me.
That's why I'd always try and stand, like, off to the side of the door. That way, if they did walk by, I'm like, just please don't see the bag on the porch first, and then let me ring the door.
See, but with their porch, like, their stairs, like, you couldn't come up sideways. Their stairs were the door. Like, you walk up the stairs and the door's just right there. Like, you had no choice.
The only good thing about your guys' porch was that you had, like, one big square with, like, railing on each side, and then it went down and there wasn't a railing, like,
it, like, crisscrossed.
Yeah, and so there was, like, one little space that we would ring it, and instead of running down the stairs, I can't run downstairs, I would fall. And so we would literally just hop over like, literally jump over the flower garden and, like, run off.
Yeah. Because we had the railing, like, into the yard, and then that one spot was open. That to jump Mom's garden.
It was a high jump too.
Well, of course, because Mom had a fucking jungle growing in our front yard.
Yeah.
Oh my god, I completely forgot about booze until now.
I totally did too, and then I was like talking to Kyle about it, and then I get just like as I was talking about it, so many memories were popping up.
I literally just had like a download of all the years that we had doing that.
Also, I was telling him about Joe's house.
Oh yeah.
So my next door neighbor, also across from Caitlyn, they would go out for Halloween, and I remember like one year he would like completely clean out his garage so he could make a little mini like walkthrough, or he'd put like he'd roll out his big old TV and like put like slasher movies or horror movies on.
Like think of the most done up Halloween house you can think of. And multiply it by like 3. That was our neighbor.
Yeah, he would always dress up. One year I remember we went over when he was like setting stuff up, and he went from like the basketball goal to like the railing up high and put a string across and had a thing that would like, I think it was like maybe a clown or something. Yeah. Hanging from it, and it would like swoop down over the driveway, and then he'd take it back up and it would swoop down.
And there was always the big spider web off like the whole front of their face. Yeah. They had a graveyard in their front yard with all of us neighborhood kids' names on it and like in our birthdays. So there's years of pictures of all of us laying in front of our tombstones.
He made those like, I think the earliest picture I have of that, I mean, I'm probably only like 2 or 3. Probably 2.
Yeah, I remember, like, Shane's pretty young. Like, he definitely looks like he was just laid down there. Yes, he is. Yeah, he looks like he was just, like, laid in the... I was probably like, what was I?
I think you had a dress on, I think. So maybe you were like a princess or something.
Probably like Rapunzel or something. I always liked Rapunzel.
I dressed, one of my mom's favorites was when I was Cinderella, and I would not take the dress off.
Sounds about right.
She, like, did my hair in the little bun and stuff. Yeah, I was thinking about Halloween costumes. And I was gonna ask some of our, like, favorite costumes that we did, and some of them that we look back on were, like, cringe. Because I have a couple cringe.
I feel like I know one of your cringe, because I'm in it.
What, the emo one? Yeah. That one's not as cringe to me. It's just kind of funny. Well... My most cringy one is when I was a witch, but I wasn't just a witch. I was a 70s witch.
Oh, yeah. I remember that.
The pants were, like, black, and then it flares out at the bottom, and the flare part was, like, shiny silver with, like, spider webs on it.
Well, I remember those.
Had, like, a shiny top. One year, Ryan was when he was really young, he was a football player, and I was a cheerleader.
I remember that.
That one was cute.
Why do I remember your costumes and not mine?
I'm trying to think of some that you did.
I mean, obviously, I remember the ones I did for, like, college or like high school if we dressed up.
I honestly can't think of what you've done for childhood.
I can't either. That's annoying.
I know one year when you were really young, you were a clown.
Yeah,
I was. Because you had the little like red cheeks. And you had like a little thing on your
and like the whole ass like onesie.
Yeah.
That's actually a really cute picture of me.
I think
that's absolutely
there's
adorable.
A picture of you at my house in that costume. And it was so cute.
I think. So when I was younger, I was a flower girl in one of my mom's friends' weddings, and I don't know why this was the outfit, but it was a skirt, but it was like cow print.
Yeah.
And the shirt, that thing, and the shirt says like little cowgirl or something on it, and
you didn't take that off.
No, I like lived in that thing. I probably did that for like 2 years in a row.
There's like a period of pictures I have where every single picture that you're at my house, you're wearing that shirt and the cow skirt.
I probably had boots too. I feel like I had white boots.
Probably.
Like white or black boots or something.
Oh, this is my favorite costume of Ryan's because it just cracks me up. So he was probably like 6, maybe, and he wanted to be SpongeBob.
Oh,
do you remember this?
Not yet.
So my parents took like 2 like really thick pieces of foam and painted it like yellow, and then put little green spots on it. And he basically had it like they cut a little like thing at the top for his neck, and then it was literally like they basically just it stuck on each side on his back and his front, and then his head got to pop out on the top, and then we added a little fabric at the bottom to look like his shorts and stuff. Well, Ryan could not move in that thing because it was literally like it would come out like he was wearing a box. And the funniest thing is we were running over to the next door, like to Joe's house. We were running over, and Ryan just was running, and just his arms are like this. He just falls face first and couldn't get up.
Oh my god.
Because he can't roll, because he's basically in a big box. Right. And then he couldn't, like, really, his arms...
And he's 6, so he doesn't know how to move his body around to get himself up.
Well, he basically had, like, from his elbow to his fingers out of the thing.
Yeah, and you can only do so much with just like that.
He literally would have to like hold his little bag for trick-or-treating, and he'd have like one like handle in each hand, and he'd have to just hold it like this. But yeah, that one was hilarious. I just remember him falling, and he was getting so pissed because he couldn't get back up.
Yeah.
And he just like face front down.
I think I was Rapunzel for a couple years too. I
think I
in my head
all of mine.
This purple and gold dress. I think I matched it with like my American Girl doll too. Yeah. So I swear she had the same thing. But it was like a felt purple dress, but it had like a stripe like down the middle that was golden. Mm-hmm. Like shimmery gold and like some like stitching like on the edge. And then like from elbows out it was like poofy gold like frills.
Yeah.
Because oh my god. I had a green one too. Because I remember in like 2nd or 3rd grade, we dressed up as our favorite characters from a book, or maybe it was Halloween or something, and I went as Ella fucking Enchanted.
I love that.
And I wore a green dress. I went all out for that shit.
I was Tinkerbell one year. Also, what sucks about being in the Midwest where it's cold on Halloween is that half your costumes get ruined because you have like a jacket over it. So I remember
or
Tinkerbell.
It's layers.
Yeah. Yeah, so like Tinkerbell, I remember it was like a dress, so I think I put like tights on to help a little bit, but I told my mom, I was like, I'm not putting pants on. Like, yeah. I'm not ruining it. And then I had my shoes, but I didn't want to put a jacket on either, so my mom found me like a little turtleneck that had like little stripes on it that had like kind of glitter in it, so it kind of worked. I think it was like super light purple stripes. Uh-huh. She's like, here you go, at least you can have something. But yeah. What about like later like college?
My best one to date is definitely Wednesday Addams.
Yeah, I would agree.
I fucking nailed that.
Yeah.
And it's funny because I worked, so the restaurant that I worked in, I did a kitchen shift that night, didn't get off till like 10 or 10:30, literally went home, body showered, braided my hair, put on black lipstick, and within 15 minutes I was back at the bar for Halloween. So that was definitely my best one, without question. I think my freshman year, I did, like, one of those, like, candy schools. Mm-hmm, yeah. So I, like, painted half my face and just put on, like, a black dress and some boots. That actually looked pretty good. But I also just threw that together last minute.
I think older years, I know I came to Warrensburg one year around Halloween, and my mom was a pink lady from Greece one year, and so I did the pink lady, and then I had like the black leggings with like a black lace shirt or something. Yeah. And then I feel like that was like the most I've gone out since like high school, because I haven't really gone to parties or anything to dress up for.
Yeah, me neither.
That's what happens when you don't go to college. I didn't go to parties. I would always go over to my mom's house and we just hand out candy. Yeah. Or be at my mom's house and hand out candy. I know one year I was proud of it. I will never be able to wear it again. I basically had to sew it onto myself. I went with Maddie and a couple of her friends to Worlds of Fun for the like Haunt Fest. Yeah. And they were all dressing up, and I was like trying to think of something last minute, and I was like, oh well, I'll just be like a 50s kind of whatever. Right. And so I made my own skirt, and it was like a really long like what is it called?
The poodle skirts?
No, but I was that one year. Or no,
I think we both were, because you had two.
It wasn't for that. It was because the school used to do the sock hop dances.
Oh, yes. But I think there was one year that I used one of yours. Yeah. Because I always wore the blue one, and you always wore the pink one.
But yeah, we went to Worlds of Fun, and it was cold, so I had like a cropped leather jacket, and then I had this big long skirt, and then Maddie has some of the old-fashioned like white and black shoes that I wore. Mm-hmm. And then almost all of my Halloween pictures I have with Maddie, because we would always go out together. Yeah.
I like the, it's a picture of you and She Who Shall Not Be Named, but when you're, like, in the gold dress for, like, as a flapper girl.
That was with Maddie.
I thought that was with the other one.
That was with Maddie. Because Maddie was a mime, and I remember...
Yeah, you're right.
She painted her face before we went out. Like, she took so much time painting her face, and it looked so good. But, like, she has to wear glasses. She doesn't wear contacts. Yeah. And so she was already getting so annoyed with the paint on her face. And she was like, by the time we were getting ready to go out, she was like, I can't do this anymore. It's coming off my face. And I was like, I'm sorry. But, yeah, I think we did go to a party for that one. I liked that one a lot. The flapper. My favorite one of me and Maddie together is when I was Alice and she was the Mad Hatter, and
yeah,
I have like this short little bob cut, and we made her a hat. Honestly, Maddie's costumes were like the best every year.
She does. She goes all out.
Absolute favorite, because I helped her with it, was one year she came up with super creative stuff too. She didn't want to just be something like a character or whatever normal. She was a movie theater floor.
I remember that.
And they literally cut, like, a big square of cardboard with a hole in the middle that she could, like, pull it up. And then they found some material that looks like the carpet for, like, a movie theater. And they cut it out and glued that on. And then we sat there and, like, glued on little pieces of popcorn. And we chewed gum and, like, stuck it to it.
Yeah.
And then her cousin Anna one year, that's, like, one of my favorite pictures. It's me, Maddie, and Anna. I had, like, an 80s thing going on. I had like a over the shoulder pink like shirt with like neon green underneath and tights and leg warmers. I can't remember what Maddie was, but Anna was a flip-flop.
I remember that picture. Oh yeah.
This is like the best costume. The other thing I wanted to say that I don't think we talked about after we went to World of Fun and did all the haunted houses and stuff. I was telling my mom about it because she thought it was, like, really cool once I told her. One of the haunted houses we went into, one of the rooms you walked into, there was a girl on this thing that was, like, hanging from the ceiling.
Oh, yeah.
And it was, like, in the shape of a planchette for, like, a Ouija board. And the floor was a Ouija board.
Yeah.
And she's, like, literally on, like, these bungee things on the wall so she can, like, swing
She's
herself
just swinging around on it, yeah.
Oh, that one was really cool.
Yeah. That, I would absolutely sign up to be that girl.
I was like, that looks fun. Also, I was a little upset because my favorite area, they do, like, the scare zones, kind of, is always, like, the cowboy section.
Yeah.
Which they basically have, like, these little, like, metal plates on their, like, the finger parts of their gloves, on their knees, and on their toes, I think, of their shoes. And they'll literally just run and slide by you, and it, like, looks like sparks are coming off. That section's always so cool, and I think there was, like, 2 people in it.
Yeah, there really wasn't a lot of them this year.
They probably didn't have enough workers.
That, and it probably gets too crowded that they can't, like, slide around like they used to when we were younger.
I don't think that section, like, wasn't crowded at all, though.
Yeah.
But
I don't know.
They didn't do as much of the scare zone, so I'm wondering if they couldn't, since there's, like, a worker shortage right now, I wonder if they couldn't.
That, or they have so many more houses than they used to, too.
How many did they have this year? They usually have, like, 7.
I feel like they only had, like, 4 or 5 when we were younger, though, so they had more scare zones.
Yeah.
Because, like, I remember, like, when we were in, like, middle school, like, there was a clown zone, the cowboy zone, there was, the dude with, like, the big monkey dude that ran around with, like, the trash can things. Vampire, like, there's the vampire. Oh, there's, like, a zombie area. But now it's, like, mostly houses.
I think they would dress up as, like, gorillas or something. And you literally could not see the whole time you're walking. It's, like, when you're walking towards the Prowler, there's, like, a little bridge. And they would just have that whole entire bridge just filled with fog.
Yeah.
And then they'd have big metal barrels, and the people would, like, hide behind it, jump up, and just smack the barrels, and you literally couldn't see anything. They didn't have that this year either, which I figure they probably just either maybe can't do that, or don't have enough people.
Safety precautions and shit like that.
Well, I assume if they didn't have enough workers, they probably put most of the workers to the houses instead of the scare zones. But, I mean, I remember seeing, like, 2 of the cowboys, but they didn't have, like, the clown area. They didn't have anything else. Just the
there's
2
just
cowboys.
Like 8 houses now.
Yeah, there's a lot.
I swear there only used to be like maybe 4, 5 tops, and then like 3 or 4 scare zones.
Yeah. Well, when we went, you and I went in, I think it was towards the end of 2019. Yeah. And I remember seeing a lot of the scare zone still. And they had, like, the one part when you're walking towards the Mamba and it has, like, the wooden thing over the walkway. Or
yeah.
They usually put up I think that's the vampire part that they usually do, because it's usually a graveyard that you walk through. And it's super foggy, and you can't see anything.
It wasn't even all that foggy this year, either. 3 out of 5.
3 out of 5. I mean, the haunted houses were still pretty good. Honestly, so when we went to Universal Horror Nights, I think it's because we went to the one in Florida and not the one in Cali.
Yeah.
But also we made the mistake of going on Halloween, so it was, like, super packed. We couldn't go to all the haunted houses, and they were just, like, shuffling people through, so you couldn't really, like, sit and experience it. But the houses, like, were not long at all. And I've seen, like, videos of the same exact houses in the California one, and they're super long, so they must just have more space. But I was so excited to do the Stranger Things house. Because I had watched a video of, like, I saw pictures of, like, what some of the rooms look like, and none of the things I saw in the pictures were in the house that we went through.
That's disappointing.
I know, because they had, like, in the last season, a big freaking monster thing. Yeah, that was in the California one, and it wasn't in the Florida one. I was sad.
Of course.
Yeah. And the Us house, though, that one was pretty good.
I need to watch that movie.
Because they stand up so straight, and then they hold the scissors like this. And that's, like, the actors, and they were perfect, and they wouldn't, like, jump out at you, but it was just so disturbing to be like, can you stop looking at me like that?
Right. It's like just their eyes are, like, watching you, like, ooh.
And then there's, like, a part of the movie, they have, like, a classroom kind of set up, and so when we were walking through that room, he's, like, walking back and forth, super tall with the scissors, just walking slowly back and forth, and then he turns like this, and they're standing super straight up, he turns really fast, and then just starts, like...
Nope.
But when they're running and bolting at you, they're still standing straight up, so I'm just like, could you not?
I would freak.
Also, the music.
I'd freak out and, like, hit someone if they got too close to me, if they scared me like that.
I'm trying to think... Oh, the only other house I think we got to do was Ghostbusters. It was cool, though, because Zombieland 2 had come out when we were there.
Oh, yeah.
So we had gone to see Zombieland 2 the day before, and then we went, and they had a little zone that had, like, the cars, and it had, like, a bunch of cars, and it was, like, rule number 1, cardio, like, written on the cars and stuff. And then it was, like, they had a row of, porta potty things.
Oh, yeah.
And they had, like, whatever rule, like... keep your eye out in the bathroom or whatever it is.
Yeah.
Something about the bathroom. And you could go up and open one of the doors because they were fake. But you could go up and open one of the doors and there was a guy in it that would, like, jump out at you.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Heart attack.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I would have a heart attack. Just,
dunk. Yeah. It was funny, we kept watching, there was, like, a little boy that kept trying to be brave and go up and, like, open the door, and he'd go up and, like, touch it, and then he'd back away.
Aww.
We're like, come on, you can do it.
And he's like,
he's probably, like, 10.
Yeah.
So not, like, young, but it was pretty funny.
He's like, but he's gonna scare me.
Yeah. Well, so, Halloween favorites. This should be interesting since you haven't usually liked scary stuff.
Yeah.
Okay.
Excuse you.
Number 1 is your favorite spooky or Halloween theme song. I have a few. I have a whole playlist on Spotify, actually, of spooky songs.
I like the classics, Monster Mash and Thriller.
To Put a Spell on You.
That's a good one. But also just for, like, theme music, what is it? Because I haven't seen all the slasher movies. So is it Halloween or is it Friday the 13th? Yeah. Is that Halloween, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I love that.
I think I have to go with Ghostbusters. Or
that's a good one.
There's a song. I found this song because of Stranger Things. It was in, like, the Halloween episode of Stranger Things.
Uh-huh.
And it's called Spooky Movies. And it's, like, just, like, a classic, like... It kind of has the same vibe of, like, Monster Mash.
Uh-huh.
So, I like that one. That one's fun. I'm trying to think of it, if there's any other ones. Movie-wise, I don't think I'd ever listen to it because it's kind of spooky, but, like, I like The Shining, just like the dun, 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 dun.
Oh, yeah.
Creepy. Also, the song that's in Us has a really good beat to it, so you're like this, and you're like, this is actually kind of creepy.
You're like, ooh, but I don't like it.
It's kind of a vibe, it's kind of creepy. That's the song that they dance to on the Dancing with the Stars, and I was just like, it's got a good vibe, because I think it actually is a song, but then they, like, make, like, a instrumental version or add something to it, and then it's kind of creepy. But.
Of course.
Favorite horror movie villain or monster? Or both? I love the Scream movies, so for the slasher movies, I'd say my favorite is probably Ghostface.
I haven't seen enough of the slashers, but I honestly do like Michael Myers, because, like, the concept of him is just really fucking creepy.
Yeah.
And he just, like, doesn't die. And he just keeps coming back. Because Nightmare on Elm Street freaked me the fuck out when I watched it in, like, middle school.
That's a creepy one.
Because, like, I have weird dreams, and so, like, the concept or the idea that someone killing me or coming after me in my dream is, like, actually killing me in real life freaked me the fuck out.
Yeah.
So he's, like, terrifying to me. Yeah. But I love Michael Myers. But, like, monsters, for some reason I keep thinking Frankenstein.
That's what I was thinking, too. I kind of lean towards Frankenstein.
But I love a good old vampire or...
Dracula.
Yeah, I like Dracula and I like werewolves. Yeah. Can never go wrong with a vampire or werewolf.
Favorite horror slasher movie? This should be interesting. I want to see what you... what movies you like. I have, like, so many.
I haven't...
My favorite...
think of the ones that I've actually seen, though.
I have to break... Whenever I do favorites for anything, I have to break it down into categories because I like everything. And, like... So, like, my favorite slashers probably Scream. My favorite, like, paranormal type is probably The Conjuring, the whole universe, basically. Yeah. More recently, the Jordan Peele movies, like Us and Get Out.
Get Out was good.
Wait, do you watch Us? That one messes with your brain.
Yeah. I mean, again, I need to get better about watching, especially the slasher movies now that they don't... I'm not as nervous with scary movies anymore. Yeah. But I've seen most of the Halloweens. So I really do like the Halloween franchise.
I'm not as interested.
I don't think I've seen Friday the 13th.
I'm not as interested in Friday the 13th, and I think it's just because it's kind of like that older, super cheesy, like...
Yeah. I probably would like Ghostface, and I would like the Scream movies. I feel like I've probably seen pieces of them just from, like, Jordan watching them over the years.
I would literally watch every single one with you right now.
I bet you I
like those.
Don't doubt it.
And then the new one's about to come out.
I've seen most of the Conjuring universe. That's a really good concept for me. When I lived in Warrensburg, my roommates at one of the apartments I lived in made me watch Insidious.
Yeah, that one's freaky.
That, I don't like that. That really scared me.
Those are good.
That was, like, scary good.
Yeah.
Like, I wouldn't watch it again, but it was, like, scary good. Mm-hmm. But probably in the Conjuring universe, I actually, for some reason, like, really like The Nun. The Nun was probably just because it's, like, the creation, like, it's, like, kind of, like, the start of it, but, like, I liked The Nun. Yeah. I know the movie itself wasn't the best, but, like, I like how, like, that's the way the story starts.
I like the character, I didn't really care for that movie. I felt like it was kind of boring, especially compared to the other ones. I like The Conjuring 1 and 2 are probably my favorite out of all of them.
I really want to see Devil Made Me Do It.
I think it's on something for free streaming.
Mm-hmm. But I want to... I started, like... Because I haven't seen all the Annabelles. Like, I started watching that universe in order. And I don't even think I've made it to Conjuring 2 yet. Because I've never seen any of the Annabelle. It's been a long time.
I like Conjuring 2.
Because I hadn't seen the Annabelles because I don't like dolls.
Yeah, I know. I don't like dolls either.
So I watched Creation. I'm like halfway through there somewhere.
Have you seen A Quiet Place?
Yes, I love it.
So freaking good.
That's a good, like, thriller, like suspense thriller. I love those types of movies. I love suspense and thrillers, but, like, I don't like the Saw movies, gory for no reason. I don't care for it's stupid. I haven't seen them. I don't care.
Yeah, Texas Chainsaw.
Wouldn't do it for me. I don't really care
too much.
I feel like there's another one. Oh! It's called The Possession. Yep. It's about a Dybbuk box.
Yep. That one is also pretty good.
I thought that was pretty good. But I also like demon type of stuff like that,
Have you seen the movie Mama?
Yes.
I watched
Lights Out. I did not like Lights Out.
I thought wasn't that bad for me.
I don't like the dark. That's why I don't like it. And I can see and sense things, kind of. So, like, that got to me.
Yeah.
I have seen Mama. Mama was kind of freaky. I haven't seen La Llorona, but I think I feel like that's pretty good.
I don't think I've seen La Llorona yet.
I feel like that one's pretty good, but I feel like it might be kind of similar to Mama.
It?
Good one.
Carrie. I like Carrie.
I've seen the original and the remake.
Yeah.
It's been a long time since I've seen the original. But what is it? Chloe Grace Moretz fucking killed it on the remake. I have not seen Pet Sematary.
The newer Pet Sematary was pretty good. Yeah, I think we hit popular ones. I was trying to think of if
I do like zombie stuff too. Like you can it can either like be scary or it can be funny.
Zombieland.
Have you seen 30 Days of Night? It's vampire.
I don't think so.
I'll give you the general consensus of it. Basically, it's about a town up in Alaska. I don't think it's Anchorage because it's a pretty small town, but it's coming up on like the 30 days of night that Alaska gets when they can't see the sun. So a lot of people like leave town and like go south, like go see family or whatever, but there's like a certain handful of people that like stay to help keep just to keep the town running. And basically vampires infest and like take over, and I can't say a whole lot without giving it away, but like it's actually really cool, and it's like kind of like survival of the fittest, like trying to fight back, trying to figure out like a way to survive. Really interesting. There is a sequel. I like the idea of the sequel, but they didn't nail it very well.
Yeah.
But like that one in it of itself is actually really good. I think you would like it a lot.
I have to check that one out. Yeah, I just thought of one other movie.
I thought of a couple too.
Have you seen As Above, So Below?
No.
Do you know what it's about?
The Catacombs.
Yes, that one.
I don't like tight spaces, so I feel like that would freak me out.
Oh my god, it's so freaking good though.
What's The Descent? It's about like cave diving.
Okay, maybe I haven't.
It's been a while since I've seen it. I haven't seen it since like early high school.
I feel like I made you watch it. Oh, was I with you when we went to California? No, because I was staying. We didn't go with my parents. I don't remember if I made you watch it. I'm trying to think of what it's called. Grave Encounters. Have you watched Grave Encounters?
I don't think so.
Do you know what it is?
Yes.
I own all the movies. We should watch them. They're really not those movies. You can tell when things are gonna come.
Yeah, I kind of see them as like Halloween-esque classics, but like I like Hellboy, the Van Helsing, movie, and then also like Underworld. Not necessarily like Halloween-y, but I mean it kind of goes like with like Halloween type-ish mythology with like the werewolves and the vampires. I love and the Resident Evil franchise.
I don't think I've watched all of them.
It's like I
think
it's technically zombies.
I'm pretty
There's
sure
like 6 or 7 of those, I'm pretty sure.
They're making a new Resident Evil, I think.
I know they're making a game, because they make like games with almost half of them.
They are games. Yeah, 5 hours ago. Welcome to the Raccoon City. It has a bunch of people in it, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, Ivan Jogia, the girl from Maze Runner, the girl from Ant-Man, and a bunch of other things. Robbie and Mel. There's a bunch of people. Yeah. I just watched that the other day. I just thought of, what's your favorite kids' Halloween movie?
Obviously, it kind of duels, but Nightmare Before Christmas is a good one, even though it's kind of technically a little bit more Christmas, but Jack Skellington.
That's the movie that you can watch for Halloween and for Christmas. So it's just, you can watch it twice a year. For the season.
I liked Halloween Town a lot growing up.
I
loved Halloween Town.
I'm just trying to think of the Disney movies.
I know, me too.
Coraline
is good, even though I know it's kind of creepy, not like a real creepy like kids movie, but Coraline was good.
You know what's funny is I think I was barely under the mark to be in the group that's like obsessed with Hocus Pocus. I don't think I ever really watched it up until like a few years ago. I watched it for well, I don't know if it was for the first time, but I remembered it this time.
Mm-hmm. And obviously Addams Family. Can never go wrong with the Addams Family.
Yeah. I was thinking of a movie. It's going to bother me.
Like a Disney movie?
Oh, what's the one? Oh, also Great Pumpkin, Charlie Brown.
Classic.
I got a rock.
I got a rock.
I can't think. Actually, let me type in Disney Channel movie.
I watched James and the Giant Peach.
Yeah.
That's more like just Tim Burton-ish than Halloween.
It was like where they turn into like ghosts or something, and it had the kid that's been in like every friggin' Disney movie. Oh my god, it's gonna drive me insane.
You liked Casper the Friendly Ghost a lot. We watched that all the time growing up.
It was Casper Meets Wendy with little baby Hilary Duff.
My bad.
I still have that on DVD. I like taking... I have so many DVDs.
Twitches! I love Twitches!
We both like Twitches. What is it? It's driving... Mostly Ghostly. I liked that one. I don't know if you can answer this. Have you read a scary book? Or, like, maybe your favorite supernatural book?
Okay, so I have been trying to find this book ever since I read it in, like, 6th grade. Mm-hmm. It's called The Beast of Nor.
Oh, I remember you reading that. I think I read it, too.
I think I made you read it.
Yeah.
The plot is a little fuzzy on me now, but I know it has to do... I don't think it's a werewolf, but it is like a wolf type thing.
Yeah.
And it's got like a that's
yeah.
Yes,
that's the cover.
I want to buy that so that I can reread it.
Yeah. Came out in 2006.
Yeah, I remember reading that in like 6th and 7th grade.
I read it too. I feel like I have to say it just because I spent so much freaking time reading brick of a book.
Yeah, you did.
And I'm trying to think. Out of Stephen King. Oh, do you remember I had all of the Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark books?
Yeah, I had a few of those too.
One of my favorite stories is I had my cousin Rachel was at our house, our old house, and we went over to Maddie's house, and I think only her dad was home, and he had like went outside, and we thought, like, he wasn't home anymore or whatever. We were all sitting in the living room, like, all laying on our stomachs in a circle with the books, like, reading them out. Uh-huh. And you can see from, like, the living room to their back door. And their back door is, like, the glass sliding doors. And we were all just sitting there reading. And I remember he, like, I think he actually went out, like, the front door or whatever. And he snuck around to the back. Mm-hmm. And then he freaking, like, whipped open the sliding doors and screamed at us. And freaked us out. And that was, like, probably the most freaking terrified I've ever been. Because we were reading the Scary Stories. Also, did you watch that movie? They made that into a movie?
No.
I liked it a lot.
I feel like that would mess with me because I read those books as a kid.
What's really creepy is, you know how they had, like, the sketch drawings in there?
Yeah.
Seeing the things as real things.
And the one that always scared me was the Scarecrow, and I know that if the Scarecrow was in it, wasn't it? That one was, like, always the scariest. It's not in the movie for very long. The one that's disturbing to me is the big lady that's, like, she has super long, dark hair, and she's just, like, this really big lady, and she just kind of, like... lumbers around.
But I remember Kyle and I went to go see it in the movie theater, and it was funny because as they were, like... Because they basically took all of the stories and kind of tried to because they're all separate little stories.
Yeah.
They tried to connect them all together to make a storyline for a movie.
Right.
And so we were, like, watching it, and then it was, like, the one that always stuck in my brain was called Big Toe.
Ooh. And why do I remember that?
It was, like, they're, like, whatever, making soup or something, and then they, like, turn back and there's, like, a big toe in the chili or soup or whatever it is. Yeah. I don't know why that one always stuck in my brain, but...
Probably because cannibalism.
Yeah. But it was funny because we were watching the movie, and I was, like... I already knew kind of what was going to happen because those books were just, like, ingrained in my brain, I guess, that I didn't know they were there. So we were watching the movie, and I'll start talking about something, or, like, something will start to happen, and I was, like... We were watching... that part where they're, like, in the kitchen making whatever, and I was like, this is the big toe, and Kyle was like, what? And I was like, it's the big toe, and he's like, huh? And then they look over and there's, like, the
big toe,
and he was like, what? You know that. But
you're like, it's from a book.
Yeah. I was gonna say, what was our favorite and least favorite candy to get trick-or-treating?
I have never liked Kit Kats. I still don't.
Guess what? I don't like Butterfingers.
I like Butterfingers, but it's not my favorite.
That was like...
But for some reason,
That was like your staple as a kid, though. You always would eat the Butterfingers.
Well, yeah.
See, I don't like peanut butter, so I would always hate getting Butterfingers, Reese's Cups, whatever.
I'm not a big fan of Reese's Cups either.
Yeah.
And I love peanut butter.
It was funny because I feel like, you know how you'd go home with, like, your friends or your siblings or whatever, and you guys would
start trading.
Yeah.
Yep.
It was funny because whoever I was with, I always didn't like peanut butter, and they would always, not like something, and so we'd just be like, okay, here you go.
Yeah. I do like Twix. I like Twix. I did like Butterfinger a lot. And 100 Grands.
I actually love 100 Grands.
100 Grands have stuck around. And I still love them to this day.
Yeah, I like Three Musketeers / Milky Way. They're basically the same.
I like Baby Ruth now. I love like Baby Ruth. I don't know why.
The obvious, M&M Skittles were good. Oh my gosh. I think you gave them to me last year for my birthday. You threw a bunch of the caramel apple suckers.
Yes.
Those are so good.
Those are now a staple for me in this.
Yeah, oh my gosh.
In Halloween time. I should probably buy a bag of those for the party.
I will eat them.
That would be fun.
Okay. We're going to do this quick.
Okay.
Just say which one you would do. Walk through a graveyard at midnight or spend the night in a spooky abandoned house.
Graveyard.
Yeah, I agree. Dunk for apples or carve a jack-o'-lantern.
Oh. See, the thing is, I've never actually bought for apples, and I'm super excited because we're doing that at my party this weekend. But it's I like the idea of that, but the tradition of the last 25 years of carving pumpkins. I'm going to have to pick pumpkins.
I have to do pumpkins. Be allowed to eat as much Halloween candy as you want for a week, but then have what is left taken away, or be allowed to eat only one piece a day, but never have it taken away. This is a kid's question.
One piece a day?
Yeah. Now, one piece a day. As a kid, I probably would have picked the other one.
Exactly.
Would you rather meet a vampire or meet a werewolf?
Werewolf.
Would you rather be a vampire or be a werewolf?
Werewolf.
We already answered that question, basically. Read a spooky story or see a spooky movie?
I would probably rather see the movie, because if I read it, what I imagine is going to be 1,000 times worse than what it actually is.
I agree.
I am too creative in my head to just think about it.
I have too much of a visual imagination.
I'd rather see it instead of being picture what I think. It's always going to be worse.
Yeah. Have a costume that is really amazing but also very uncomfortable, or have a costume that is not anything all that special but is comfortable.
Amazing and uncomfortable. Without a doubt.
Agreed. Have a homemade costume or have a store-bought costume?
I like homemade.
I like homemade too.
I'll buy pieces from the store and create it, which is what I'm doing this year.
Yeah.
We've never really done store-bought, even as a kid, I don't think.
I've mostly done store-bought, I think. But I feel like me, on my own now, I'd probably do homemade. Mm-hmm. Just because I'd rather just find pieces and put it together. Mm-hmm. Also, half the time the store-bought costumes are,
real flimsy, real shitty material.
Yeah. Get 20 of your favorite treats on Halloween. Get 50 treats that are not your favorite on Halloween. Wait, what?
Not your favorite, but you'll eat it. I'd rather have my favorite.
I don't have my favorite. This is totally a kid's question. I'm trying to skip a couple because they're very kid-driven. Mm-hmm. Go to a really great Halloween party where you did not know anyone, or go to a kind of lame Halloween party where you knew almost everyone there.
See, I'm social, so I'll go where I don't know anybody if it's going to be more fun. Especially with a Halloween party.
I have to know everyone.
With Halloween parties, I feel if it's fun, that's... if the party itself is fun, that's half the thing. But if the party's kind of lame, last year, the one I went to was kind of lame, and I didn't know anyone, so I was just that's a lie. I knew a couple people, but, there wasn't a lot going on, so I was okay, I painted my face and my hair for this.
Yeah. Would you rather win a contest for having the best costume or having the best carved jack-o'-lantern?
Costume.
I would do jack-o'-lantern just because artsy. I must have the best. Would you rather have to sleep in a coffin or a giant pumpkin? I can't do small space, but I also don't like the smell of pumpkin that much, so...
Yeah. I'd probably do a coffin.
I'd probably do a coffin. I mean, you're gonna be sleeping.
Yeah.
Give me a hole to breathe. I'm good.
Yeah. That's also true.
Have to eat 6 fish eyeballs or have to eat a small frog? Have you ever...
A small frog.
I don't even know.
Fish eyeballs are too gooey.
They're disgusting. And
apparently frog legs taste like chicken, so if I can just, like, fry it up...
cooked. Is it cooked? Can I cook it?
I ain't eating either of those shit raw.
Have to wear your Halloween costume to school every day until Thanksgiving. Have to wear a jack-o'-lantern over your head to school for the first 3 days of November. Well, now that'd be a trend because you're doing the pumpkin challenge on TikTok.
I mean...
I'd wear a Halloween costume every day.
Yeah. Especially if it was, like, my Wednesday Addams.
Yeah.
I would totally wear that to school.
If it was a comfy costume.
Yeah. Or if it was, like, one of my better ones.
Yeah. Help to design and make a haunted house or go to a haunted house that someone else has created. I'm decorating it.
I would like to create one as well.
I would totally decorate it. Be chased by 5 zombies or 1 werewolf.
Probably the zombies.
I'm going zombies. I can escape.
Exactly. I can get away from zombies. I will not win against a wolf.
Yeah.
A wolf, let alone a regular wolf. On top of that, a werewolf would not be able to get away from it.
Here's the last one: dress as a devil or dress as an angel. And I think this is the only one we're gonna have where we'd probably do maybe the opposite.
Devil.
Yeah, I'd be angel.
Which is kind of funny since I have wings on my back.
Yeah. Okay, that's all I had.
Until next week when we summarize our Halloween party, this is the end of Spooktober.
Sad day.
It flew by so fast.
So fast.
I didn't even go to a damn pumpkin patch.
I haven't done hardly any of the stuff I normally do. I usually watch a ton of, like... I usually, every year, will watch, like, one franchise of some sort.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I really want to watch Scream.
Honestly, through the rest of this week, I'll probably just start watching movies every night. Just, like, good old Halloween movies.
I also just can't sit still anymore long enough to watch movies.
That, too. But, I mean, I've got pumpkins for us to carve at home.
Yeah, I've got, like, tomorrow.
I have planned out, because I'm going to make a bullet journal. So I've got everything planned out so I can start, like, sketching it. So I can do that while I watch stuff, too.
Yeah.
Just keep my hands busy. So I feel like I'm getting something done.
I know, there's a couple. I did watch while I was baking this week. I watched all the Halloween Town movies. Because I literally watch those every year.
I haven't seen those in a couple years. But I know Corbin won't want to watch those, so I might see if he wants to watch, like, a slasher or something tonight when I get home.
I'm trying to think. I feel like there was another scary movie we watched. Oh, we watched the show on Netflix.
American Horror Story?
No, what is it called? Midnight Mass.
Oh, you've told me about that. I haven't seen it yet. I haven't watched it.
It's like, I actually fell asleep in the last episode that we watched because it was after I was working one day. And so Kyle finished it and he's like, I don't know how I feel about the ending, and I haven't finished it yet.
It's like, well, if you don't know, then I'm not going to finish it.
But I like the person that makes that show, though, because they made The Haunting of Hill House and The Haunting of Bly Manor.
I haven't watched Bly Manor, but I did watch Hill House. Hill House was really good.
Yeah, I liked Hill House. I have the book. I want to read it.
Oh, I didn't realize it was from a book.
Yeah, they're based off books.
Nice.
Also, have you seen the movie Hush on Netflix? It's like...
I know what it is. I have not watched it. So I feel like that would be freaky as fuck.
Hush is slightly connected to Midnight Mass.
I feel like you said that.
Yeah. It was funny because without knowing it, there's a guy that I watch on YouTube that'll do movie commentaries, and he watched Hush and didn't know anything about, like, the Midnight Mass movie coming out or them being connected or anything. He just, for all of October, was watching, like, scary movies, and he was like, this has been on my list, everyone likes it, so I'm gonna watch it. And then I saw the trailer for Midnight Mass, like, that day, like, early that morning, and then I watched that video, and he's a writer in real life, too, so he was talking about how the main character's book is called Midnight Mass, and I was like, huh? Like, are those gonna... And it's the same actresses in both things too, and so I was like, this is too much of a coincidence. And they are. It's made by the same person, and I think the director is like married to that actor or something. I don't know.
You'll know more than me.
I don't know, but yes, we're closing out spooky season. I
mean, it's still spooky season because November is still kind of spooky, but Spooktober is.
As soon as Halloween.
Over. You see what I did there?
Yeah.
You just talked right over it. I was working on that.
I feel like most people, as soon as Halloween's up, there's so many people that just put up Christmas.
My mom...
I don't do Christmas till after Thanksgiving.
Yes. But the day after Thanksgiving, literally up until Christmas, my mom has Christmas music playing. Honestly, up until New Year, almost.
Yeah.
Which, when I was younger, it was annoying, but now I love
Christmas music now.
I do too.
I was always Halloween, and now I'm kind of going... I love Halloween and spooky movies. I love the weather and everything, but I'm kind of leaning more towards Christmas now.
Christmas just makes me happy.
I just like...
I'm old enough to
warm and cozy.
And I'm warm enough. I'm old enough to give good, thoughtful gifts now. So I enjoy watching people open the gifts that I get for them. It's a lot, especially you and Shane. Yeah. I love because I'm so in tune with you guys. It's really easy for me to get. On. Yeah. Yeah. We're really good for gifts of each other, to each other, and the closer that me and Shane have gone over the years, we've gotten so much better at even he's gotten better with gifts that he gives me too. My mom, it's exciting.
My mom buys the gifts that Ryan gives me.
He'll get there.
I don't know about that.
If Shane can do it, Ryan can do it.
I think as soon as he gets out of my parents' house and just on his own, I think he'll thrive.
Probably.
He just needs to save his money and get out of the house.
He's got to spread his wings a little bit.
Yeah.
And who knows, he might end up back at mom and dad's like Shane did and be 1,000 times better. Mm-hmm. But to step away and to get to do shit on your own will help him a lot.
Yeah.
Okay, we need to go. We just keep on talking.
I don't want spooky season today.
I don't either.
I could talk about Halloween all day.
All year.
Yeah. But...
We'll see you on Instagram with posts from the party, with the posts of our costumes, and
whatever I end up being.
And we'll be back next week talking about the party
and Harry Potter.
Ooh, yes, we're starting a little mini series of Harry Potter.
Harry Potter, because we're obsessed.
One of the fandoms that we're obsessed with.
Yeah, but the battery died.
Well.
It'll be a black screen at the end again. You can find the audio almost everywhere except for Pandora. Pandora sucks.
I still don't understand how Pandora does podcasts, but okay.
I mean, Pandora's almost like Apple Music now. It's very similar.
Yeah, I don't use Apple.
Neither do I, but my
Spotify's
parents...
the best.
I know,
This
is
not
Spotify.
an ad, but it could be Spotify.
Yeah. But yeah, you can listen almost everywhere. We're on YouTube. The link will be in the description.
YouTube. That was weird.
That was like Stitch with like...
Ohana means family.
You and Kyle should just go back and forth with that. He does a good Stitch.
I can't keep it going now.
Okay, I don't really know how to end, so I think I'm just going to end it.
Bye-bye.
Goodbye. Have a fun rest of your spooky... Well, I guess if it's posted on Friday, have a good 2 days of spooky
Happy Halloween!